Okay guys, here we are again. It's Monday night 9-ball Scotch doubles, and we've just joined a match room here. We're waiting on all the players to join while Romario's knocking the balls around. Well, too late, they've all joined, so we're just going to have the lag. So we're lagging off for break. Well, one of them's lagged. The other one just seems to be sitting there. Oh, he's eventually got it. I don't know who's who in the lag, but Larry has won the break. Larry's partnered up with izom again, and Romario's teamed up with Zecarioca. We've got mixed nationalities here tonight in this match. We've got Larry from the United States. Wait to just find the names. We'll get there eventually. We've got izom, we know, is from Germany. Romario is from the UK. And zecarioca is from Brazil. So, real multinational match. So, race to 7. It's double elimination. I might have said that before, I don't know. And it's also handicapped. Now, we see that we have Team 1, who are zecarioca and Romario. They're getting this 7 ball as their extra money ball, because it's money ball handicapping. If you've watched previous matches, you'll know what the money ball means now, so I won't explain it again. And this first rack looks as if it's got a wee bit to go, so what we'll do is we'll go and have a quick look at the brackets, and I'll see if I can magnify that up a bit. There we are. We've got the match that we are watching just now. We've got Redback and Sickpool, who are paired up. They've got a bye, so they're waiting to play the winner of this match. We've got Andy and Wizard Cheat, who are playing Jose McEwen and Scunny Angelo. And finally we have Samurai and Nomos Alpha. They're paired up and they've also got a bye. So they're two teams waiting on the outcome of these two first round matches. So we'll go back and we'll join the match. And there's still not a ball been potted yet. Problem ball's going to be the 4 and the 6, obviously. That's tied up down there on the left hand side of the screen. Now, if izom can get this right, he can leave a nice angle on the 3 ball into the middle once he's potted this 2, and hopefully be able to manufacture a break shot on that 4 and 6. Well, he's missed the 2, and he had the angle on the 3. The angle on the 3 was very good for running across the table there and splitting that 4 and 6 ball. And zecarioca has just blasted the ball in, big draw, no control over the cue ball, straight into the pocket and scratch. So now Larry's got ball in hand, and Larry usually knows what he's doing, so he's just going to see if he can sit this 3 ball up so he's got the angle to try and move these 2 balls. He looks as if he's going to go direct to it, or is he going off the corner? Yep, just a little nudge, but no luck. He's moved it. Knowing Larry, he's going to go for the bank, but he's going to have to manoeuvre this cue ball to have any sort of shot. Well, that was neither here nor there, that shot. I think he was content to leave the bank on the 5, but again he's under hit it. And we're seeing poor positional play here, because that 4 ball, yes, it was cut into the pocket, but there was no thought whatsoever in positioning this 5. Again, content to leave a long bank, and banks aren't always going to dig you out a hole. But anyway, Larry's back at the table. I'm assuming he can see that 5 ball. I don't know whether he can see the potting angle on it. Yes, he could. And that cue ball needs to bounce a bit harder than that. He's going to hook himself right behind the 9. But he's going to jump this 9 ball. There looks to be a slight angle on the 6. Yeah, just a very slight angle so he doesn't follow through into the pocket once he pots this. But there would need to be some sort of weird shot happens for him not to be on the 8 after this. So now this is about cue ball control and pace, because the 9's sitting right in the middle of the table. Let's see how he manufactures a shot here. He go round the corner now. As long as he missed the 9, which he did, he's perfect, leaving his partner sitting pretty on the 9. So Izom and Larry are off the mark. They win the first rack in this race to 7, and they also have the break. And Larry had the break, but he changed the break shot to his partner. See if he could get any better luck. He's got a ball in the break. I think the 8 ball's gone down. And looking at the table here, I don't see any problems. That has to travel though. He's left that a way bit short. Needed to get the table another 4 or 5 inches to make it comfortable. He can't avoid this hitting this 9 ball now, but he should just brush off it. If he hits it soft enough, he's not going to do a lot of damage. He'll be able to just cut this in and just push the 9 to the rail. Well, again, I don't know whether he misjudged the contact with the 9, but it has to be said it was a poor shot because he's hit that far too hard. Totally out of position now for his partner, and Larry will just look to bank this 3 ball back towards the 4. Tried to avoid hitting the 7, couldn't avoid it, but he's got a second prize. He's hooked him behind the 5. But that, again, that's just a poorly thought out shot there. You didn't need that amount of pace on the cue ball. He could have easily left his partner with a shot after colliding with the 9. But as it is, they've got cue ball in hand. And an excellent opportunity to wrap up the second rack. And the angle he's got here, it looks like a little soft draw across the table to leave an angle on the 6 down that side rail. Or is he going to run through? Difficult to say. And he's ran through. And Larry's got a bit more angle than he would like, but he's managed to hold it. Now this is a shot that requires a bit of force. The shot to play would be to go forward and come off the end rail and out and up for the 9. But he's drawn it, and although it's at distance, that'll do. So Larry just tidies up the second rack, and we've really not seen anything of Larry and Izom's opponents so far. But like I say, with this Moneyball handicapping, these matches can go either way, provided The guys that are getting the handicap take their opportunities. That needs to run again. I think he's okay. Now Romario can just thin this 2 in, bring the cue ball back across and leave his partner the combo. Well, he's tried to be over ambitious. He's got the split on the 3 and the 4 ball, but he's hung the 2. And this is just carelessness that's costing these guys so far. But Larry's found himself blinded by the 6 ball. Just going to have to kick and hope. And he's got the hit but got no joy. Now again, with the balls all sitting in the open, there's no excuse for these two guys. They can pot a ball. Whether or not they can hold their position for each other is debatable. Well, it fell at the first hurdle, and they're not going to win a rack if they keep playing like this. They're just throwing away chances here. They've had 2 good opportunities and failed at the first hurdle in each of them. And now again, you have to say there's no reason at all here why Larry and his partner shouldn't be 3-0 up after this visit. And that cue ball's just ran far enough. Larry doesn't need to do anything with the cue ball other than get it out into the table rather than against a rail. Now, how's that angle on the 7? Well, that's a bit straight. Yeah, I think the safest route's to draw. That way you avoid any collisions there and falling out of position on the 8. Left it easy by just drawing away from the hazard. So there we are. It's now 3 racks to 0, and it most certainly shouldn't be. Romario and Zecarioca are both at fault, throwing away good opportunities. And go. Oh, I thought the 8 ball was going in there. The 4 ball's going in though. And Larry is going to have a look and a line up at this 1-8 combo, I would think. No, that's a surprise. Went for the safety, and has he got away with it? Yes, he has. Mario trying a little swerve. He's overdone it though. So Larry deciding he wasn't going to take the risk with a combo and let his opponent sin it, and it's probably going to work out for them. Just a little soft draw shot again on this 1 ball. Draw the cue ball across to the left of the table for the 2 into the right middle. And he's played that reasonably well. And this is about pace of the cue ball now, running down off the end here at the bottom of the screen, back up for the 3. But the cue ball doesn't want to be travelling straight. He needs to put a wee bit of English on it one way or the other. Well, he's tried to hold it. I didn't think he could. Again, when you're not behind the player's cue, you can't really see the angle just looking straight down on the table that I'm doing. I'm using a sort of TV view from the sort of end of the table looking down. Well, this isn't a difficult 3, but you just don't want to spend too much time over the shot, because that's when problems can start arising out of nothing. But he's done that okay, sitting pretty in the 5. A little draw shot for the 6. And Larry's left a nice angle there on the 6. Cue ball just come off that side rail and out for the 7. And I don't think Larry will take any risk going anywhere that's going to block this 8 ball, so he'll just play it soft and hope that izom can pot the 8 and just bring the cue ball off the end rail and out to the right as we look for that 9 ball. And he's done that okay. So we've got Larry and izom, who are the favourites, who are giving away the handicap, but the life's been made easy here so far. It's now 4 racks to 0. And this time izom has passed turn to his partner to break. See if he can get any better luck. Well, that's worked out okay. In goes the 1 ball. All the balls are lying in the open, and izom's got a straight 2 ball. So just a roll through. Probably bring the cue ball down to about the middle pocket if he can. Get Larry as straight as he can on the 3. Well, he's ran too far. Again, struggling with cue ball control, and that's the route to success in any billiard game, is controlling a cue ball and controlling your pace, because if you can get the position, you can run tables. And this 3 still goes, but it's just giving Larry a wee bit more work to do. Now, we all can see where the window is between the 8 and the 9. The question is whether izom can get that cue ball up the table into that area. And he's just made it. I think he's just made it. Oh yeah. He doesn't want to draw this too hard. Well, he has. He's overdone it. And izom's left with a 6 ball into a blind pocket, as I describe it. You can't see where the pocket is. You only see the angle that you're going to hit the 6 ball at. And the cue ball will naturally go around the corner and out for this 7. So again, he doesn't need to do incredible things with spin. Just let the natural angle take the cue ball on the right course. And that looks okay. Again, a nice angle on the 7. Cue ball will just go off the end rail, might go over to the side rail. Depends on the pace he puts on it. Let's see how this 8 ball looks. Well, I think izom is left pretty much dead straight, but you can just roll through and go in behind the 9, that's fine. Don't do anything over ambitious, just play the simple shot. And in goes the 9. So it's now 5-0. Well, Romario's saying we need a quicker shot clock. Well, I think he needs to take his time. Concentrate and potting balls when you get the chance. So izom gets a ball in the break. In goes the 5 ball. But no shot in the 1. So Larry's just looking for somewhere to push out to. Now that's a reasonable push out. It has left a shot on, and it's not an easy shot. It's given Zecarioca a bit of bait, and the question is whether he's going to take the bait. And you can see that that 1 ball passes the 8 ball, and he's overcut it. Now if izom's going to bank this 1, he's got to watch the collision with the 8. Well, he's tried to be cute and got it all wrong. So this is another opportunity for Romario and his teammate to get onto the scoreboard. They at least want to get that big fat 0 off their score. The question is whether they can hold it together to run these last few balls, but remember they only need to get to the 7. So just a straight 6 ball, just kill the cue ball dead and leave Romario with an easy 7 to win the rack. Well, if you could ever make it any more difficult for your partner, you just roll it right up against an object ball, and I think Romario's lost the place, but he's banged the cue ball. Totally made a hash of the 7. It's run around the corner, went down the table into the corner pocket. I think he wasn't too pleased at where his partner left him with that cue ball. I think he's telling his partner that now in the chat. But anyway, they are on the board. It's now 5-1 in favour of Larry and izom. Could this be the start of something big? Well, I have to say, from what we've seen so far, I don't think so. But your luck can change in all of these games in the blink of an eye. Now let's have a look at the angle that's on that too. Well, it's actually the wrong angle. The cue ball wants to run away from the 3, so this will be a really difficult positional shot. I don't know whether he can try and cheat the angle on this 2 into the middle and put a bit of bottom just to drag it to the side rail. Well, I don't believe he ever tried to leave his partner between that 7 and the 5. Larry can see it, and he can do the next best thing, which is play the good safety. And now here's a situation that needs taken care of, because zecarioca is going to try and blast into this 3 and 9, and if he misses him, he's leaving a possible combination shot. The 9 isn't on. Well, it is on. It did go. Yep, it managed to cheat the pocket and go in. because if he had missed that kick shot there, he would have left their opponents with the same shot, but with ball in hand. Anyway, it's now 5 racks to 2. We've got a scratch and a break, and we've got izom or izom, as Mal says, with cue ball in hand. All the balls there for the taking. The problem's going to be the 4, which is sitting adjacent to the 5. It's set there as a combo pretty much. Let's see if they can get that far. And this will need to travel. It needs to avoid the 6. Oh dear, Larry. No luck there. Tied his partner up behind the 6 ball. And I don't know whether he can jump that. It looks pretty close to me to actually be able to jump. And it's not easy to kick at it either, because the angle's not there because of the closeness to the 6. Well, he's going to go for the jump. This could either be triumph or disaster. Well, he's got the hit. And he's got it fairly safe. Zecarioca's lining up for the thin cut into the middle. Where's the cue ball going to go though? Keep your eye on the cue ball. I think this will be a blast. Well, he managed to control the pace. Where's the cue ball going to end up? That's not bad. I'm expecting Romario to get this. Well, that's the problem with those type of shots. You can't really judge where the first ball's going to end up. And it's in a bit of no man's land. The pot's on. But he needs to get this cue ball around the corner and out for this 6. If you're going to go for this shot, you've got to go 100% and play it with the pace to get the cue ball out, because you don't want to be languishing down there in the corner. Well, he's overcut it, and it's hanging over the pocket, and it's on. Larry can see it. And these are awkward shots when the object ball's stuck into the corner pocket. It's difficult to judge how the cue ball's going to react. He's controlled the pace in that fairly well. Left his partner dead straight. He just needs to again either stun it in or roll it in, but just kill the cue ball. Cue ball right in the middle of the table, and a fairly easy cut down, well, just off the side rail, but I don't expect izom's going to be any problem with this. Just run it in at a nice pace, it'll go in. So it's now 6-2, just a one more rack for Larry and his partner to go through to round 2 of this week's 9-ball Scotch doubles. Larry to break. Once again, he's come up dry. And not the best of safety shots there. Romario overhit it. He was trying to roll right up to that 3-ball. And they might find themselves in a bit of trouble in a minute or two here. There's a whole line of balls there blocking that one. Well, I'm sure they'll be happy with that one. Got the kick. Got the wee bit of luck you need. No damage done. And now we're just getting a little tactical battle here. Romario needs to be careful, because if he's going to try and get the thin edge in this one, he could do that, which was obviously on. Why he didn't think he could get away with that, I don't know. It was glaringly obviously, if he was playing it thin, he was going to go dangerously close to that middle pocket. I don't know what Izom was doing there, because I thought he could have ball in hand behind the one and take it into this bottom pocket. Well, anyway, all the balls sitting in the centre portion of the table. Another miss by Zecarioca, and this is Larry and Izom's chance to seal the match. Let's see how they work their way around this little maze. All the balls sitting in the middle, not a ball being hampered by another ball. It's just a case of join the dots. But here's the first issue. Izom's left a slight angle here. He's got in the two now. He could draw this a sort of soft draw stun shot, as I would describe it, to leave that 3 ball into the right middle. Let's have a look at the angle from where he is. Well, I think he can do that. He just needs to watch he doesn't draw it too hard and go into the middle pocket. Well, again, he's got away with it. He's flicked to 2, but such a badly hit shot. He did not need to hit that hard. I mean, players seem to think that they can get themselves out of problems with pace when it's a little bit of thought and control that's needed. Anyway, here we are. Larry's sitting on a 5. Just a little draw to come back beyond that 9 so that he doesn't block his partner off. Again, Larry's done the right thing. Although he's gone to the rail, he's left Izom with a perfect angle in the 6, where he can actually, he might need just a little bit of right English, but he could drop over behind the right hand side of that 7 ball and take the 7 into the same pocket as the 6. The angle's there to do it. The question is whether he sees that shot, because it's very difficult to get the cue ball onto the 7 in any other way. Well, he's just overhit it. But Larry's actually now got a chance to take it into the top right hand corner, which I don't think he thought he would. And he's playing this with the inside English, right hand English, to check the cue ball off the end rail, just to kill the pace on it so that it will come up the table. And he's played that well. And this should be game, set and match. Just a little draw again. Or is he going to run around the table? No, just playing plain ball, running out, leaving Larry the straight 9 ball. So, Zecarioca and Romario, well, if you're going to have any success in the one-loss side, you're going to have to pick your game up, guys. That was a disappointing effort, it has to be said. And Larry and Izom, no problem in dispatching their opponents in this match. Larry and Izom go through to round 2, and they win the match by 7 racks to 2.